Alright guys, today we're going to get into our final topic of the school year. It is a little bit of a big one with volume. We're going to go over a whole bunch of different types of volume. And hopefully it's not too terribly confusing. And yeah. So let's get started. Volume. The volume of a 3D object is how much how much space that object takes up. And our units are going to be cubic. So it's going to have like the 3 on top. We're going to do 7 types: triangular prism, rectangular prism, cube, cylinder, triangular pyramid, rectangular pyramid, and cone. I'm not going into any of the more advanced ones or more of the more difficult ones because it is the end of the school year and this is our last full lesson. So we're going to start with the volume of a prism. Everything on the left-hand side of that last slide is considered a prism. So volume is going to be base times height. The capital B for base is going to be the area of the base of the prism. And the height is going to be the height of the prism, okay? So if it's a triangular prism, we're going to use the triangular area formula in the middle. So volume is going to equal 1/2 base times height prime times height. So B is going to be the base of the length of the triangular base, and H prime is going to be the height of the triangular base, okay? So our example, we're given this. So our H prime is going to be 11 feet, our B is going to be 13, and our H is going to be 15. So I'm going to plug all of this in. So volume equals 1/2 times 13 times 11 times 15. 1/2 times 13 times 11 is 71.5. So 71.5 times 15, well, that's going to mean volume equals 1,072.5 feet cubed. When you're doing this, round to the nearest hundredth, but in this one, there's only tenths places, okay? Next one, a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism, well, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So L is going to be the length of the rectangular base, W is going to be the width of the rectangular base, and we're using this example. So I have 6 and 3 for my rectangular base. So volume is going to be 6 times 3 times 4. Volume will equal 18 times 4. 18 times 4 is 72 centimeters cubed, okay? Next, the volume of a cube. Volume is going to equal side times side times side, since every side is the same length. So it'll be side cubed. All right. So I have 5 times 5 times 5. So volume equals 5 times 5 times 5. Volume will equal 25 times 5, and volume equals 125 centimeters cubes. Nice and easy for volume of a cube. The last one with prisms is going to be the volume of a cylinder. Volume is pi r squared h. For pi, we're only going to use 3.14. Don't use the pi button on your calculator. And r is going to be the radius of your circular base. Okay? So I have this. My radius is 3. My height is 10. All right? So I'm going to plug in volume equals 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 10. When I multiply 3.14 times 3 times 3, it's 28.26 times 10. So volume will equal 282.6 inches cubed. All right? So these are all of our prisms. Notice how they're all like straight up and down. Now we're going to talk about pyramids. Pyramids kind of meet at a point, so it takes away a lot of what was in a prism. So our formula is going to be 1/3 base height, where base is the area of the base of the pyramid and height is the height of the pyramid. All right, so with the triangular pyramid, our volume is going to be 1/3 times 1/2 times base times height prime times height. B is going to be the base of the triangular base, or the length of the triangular base, and H prime is going to be the height of the triangular base. So we're going to use this. For this one, our base length is going to be 5, our height prime is 2, and our height is 10. Okay? So volume will equal 1/3 times 1/2 times 2 times 5 times 10. So it'll equal 1/3 times 5 times 10, and volume will equal 1/3 times 50. So volume is going to be 16.67 centimeters cubed. Okay? Next, we have our rectangular pyramid. So these are going to be very similar to our prisms, except we're multiplying everything times 1/3 at the end. So it looks something like this. My length and width are 8 and 7. My height is 6. So volume equals 1/3 times 8 times 7 times 6. Volume equals 1/3 times 8 times 7 is 56 times 4. 56 times 4 is 224, so we're going to multiply that times 1/3. And our volume is going to equal 74.67 inches cubed. All right, nice, simple, don't overthink these. The last one we're going to go over is the volume of a cone. This is volume is 1/3 times pi r squared times h. Again, pi we're only using 3.14, and r is the radius of the circular base. So our radius is going to be 2, our height is 8. So volume equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 2 times 2 times 8. So volume equals 1/3 times 12.56 times 8. 12.56 times 8 is going to be 100.48. Multiplying that times 1/3, our volume is going to equal 33.49 inches cubed. So those are all the things that we're going to go over. So I'm here to help. If you're confused by this, that's okay. This is a weird topic, and I put a lot into this mini video. So if you're confused, let me know. Send me an email, leave a comment on the Google Classroom, ask over problems during our Google Meet. I'm totally willing to do problems with you guys at any time, and my email is below. Remember, our Google Meets are Tuesdays and Thursdays now instead of Tuesdays and Fridays, because we don't have Wednesday support days at 9:30 a.m. Your volume worksheet is going to be due Thursday, June 4th at 11:59. I'm debating moving that to Friday, but we'll talk about that. And you have a final project. It's called Teach Me Something You've Learned. That's going to be due Friday, June 12th at 11:59. So you will have 2 weeks to do that, and we'll go over that during our Google Meet tomorrow. Okay? Have a great rest of your day, and